G'day, guys. I'm Sachin Shah, the host and founder of Decoding Wisdom. This is the podcast where we explore the intersection of high performance and high meaning, going beyond the headlines and success stories to really uncover the wisdom that remains when the spotlight turns off. Tevaun Smith, welcome to Decoding Wisdom.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Mate, I'm so excited for this one. It's so exciting. Gurtage, if you're watching this, mate, college player, NFL player, CFL player, you asked it, delivered. Let me know what you think. My first question is more of a standard one. Like, you've played in front of more than 90,000 people, or in and around that mark.
Yeah.
Walk me through that, man. What does it feel like being at the center of the cauldron?
Man, it's kind of, I look back at all the times that, like, all these games I've played, I was on YouTube and I was just showing somebody like what the atmosphere looked like. Mm-hmm. And I never actually did that before until I just like, hey, you should look at this. This is our theme song. This is that. And I'm looking at the crowd and I'm like, man, I used to really play in front of like 90, 100,000 fans. And it's honestly an experience that's like really hard to describe. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's the most like exciting, and in the beginning, the most nerve-wracking feeling, because like, imagine your first time walking out to that. You're just like, holy shit, right? But then you get used to it, and it's like, all right, let's go. Like now it's like you're locked in, you're ready to go, and that feeling is different. Like you can feel the ground shaking, you can feel it in your body. 90 to 100,000 fans just roaring. It's a crazy feeling.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine it as you're walking through it, the ground shaking. Because I've never been to a college game, and in England or Australia or the Middle East, like there aren't stadiums big enough for that. So I could never relate to the highest I think I've played in front of is 2,000, 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So
no, that's
like 45x that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, can you hear your teammates when you're playing?
No.
Nah.
You can't hear anything. That's why whenever you watch college football, there's always signals because he can't yell and tell you what you have on that play. If he's changing the plays, he can't necessarily yell and tell you that either.
Yeah.
So everything is signals. You can only hear just like you can't hear anything.
Jeez.
And if you're trying to yell, you have to really yell. Everything has to be especially if you're, for us for home games a little bit different. But if you're at a away game, you can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
And then for away teams when they come to our stadiums, same thing. They can't hear anything.
Jesus Christ. And do you have like devices because I think in the NFL, I don't know too much about this, but like I think the quarterbacks can hear the coaches or like and whatnot, right?
Just quarterbacks.
Just quarterbacks.
That's it.
No one else.
No one else. So the quarterback gets that call from either the coach that's on the field or the offensive coordinator that's in the press box.
Yeah.
And it's all radio. Sometimes he can't even hear it. That's why you see some quarterbacks go like this because it's so loud. They have to cover inside in their helmet so they can hear the play. Jesus. And then they got to relay it to everybody on offense.
Holy cow. Well, as you can tell, guys, this is an American football 101.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No, but I've been watching football on and off for like a few years now. My Canadian roommate, when I moved to Canada, got me into it.
Oh, yeah?
He's a big Lions guy.
Oh, nice.
And then I really love IndyCar and motorsports.
Okay, cool.
So a couple of drivers I know in IndyCar, they're living in Indianapolis, so the Colts.
Yeah.
And that's how sort of I'm like, oh, okay. And then I started watching, and I was like, oh, this is crazy stuff in terms of like the physicality.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever played rugby?
No.
Okay.
That's a crazy sport.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's crazy to say that. I would say that that's a crazy sport in football, but you got protection. But when I watch it, I'm like, I still don't really understand all the rules. But I'm like, but they don't have any equipment. I don't know if I want to play that.
The reason I asked you is because I was going to ask you, what do you think about the physicality of the two sports? Is one physical or the other? But I guess if you haven't played it, it's hard. Because I've played rugby, but I haven't played American football. Yeah. And when I watch American football, some of the tackles, I do not want to do that.
Yeah, I would say that, like, I guess American football might be more physical. Maybe, I think, just because
You have the protection.
you have the protection, but you're running a lot faster through somebody.
Yeah.
So it might be worse. I don't know if I've seen somebody really just run and just do that in rugby. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but
Oh, you have some crazy tackles. And
yeah, I've seen that.
Because you're wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
I was like...
Can you get hit low?
No. It has to be like here in the torso.
Yeah, we can get hit on our knees. That's how you...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know which one's worse. I don't know. They both look crazy. Even when now that I'm done playing, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell was I thinking?
It's
a crazy
Because I used to
sport.
play right wing, so like just winger. You just same thing,
Okay.
and you run it like it. Because I'm not a big guy
Yeah.
in terms of like height and size, but I used to be quick.
You look pretty fast. You look pretty quick.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
But I want to get into. So you walked away later on, right, from this 90,000 atmosphere and like day in day out training for that, doing all these things in the NFL, CFL, and stuff. What was it like when you actually stopped? For all of a sudden, one day, just
So there was a point in my career that I kind of had like a little bit of a stop. In 2018, I got hurt.
okay.
I tore my meniscus for a second time, and the rehab just wasn't going as planned, and I pretty much had to take the year off. And at that point, that's when I kind of thought, like, what if this football thing doesn't work out? And for some people, that doesn't necessarily happen. You know, they're healthy, they stop playing football, and then it's like that. But that happened, you know, my third year of playing professionally. And that's when I kind of thought, like, I need to look into something else. So going into this past year where I actually retired, I kind of already knew what I want. Like, the transition wasn't as hard because I already kind of prepared for it the first time when I thought, like, maybe football may not work out for me if I don't heal. So, you know, now when I actually retired, it was a little bit easier because I was preparing
Yeah.
from 2018.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily as hard, but at the same time, you're still retiring. It's still an emotional feeling when you're just like, damn, like, I'm really done playing. And it didn't really hit me until I posted my retirement video and I got all the feedback. Man, I remember when you played here. I remember when you, thank you so much, you've been a mentor to me. You've been this. And that's when I guess it really hit me, and I got a little emotional. I'm like, damn, it's really over.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the actual transition, it wasn't as hard because I was preparing for it.
I wish that is one thing that can be taught to all athletes around the world, no matter what level you play, is that there is life, that like there is a day where it's going to end. And the best ones are the ones who can actually like absorb that information and not be too emotional about it and understand that, okay, I need to prep for life after that. During my teenage years. So I discussed this with Ernesto. As athletes, we are so privileged to be in the position that we are, or the experiences we've had in our childhood up until, I don't know, like 20 or something, because your entire life revolves around your sport. That's all you do. And that's why you become so good at it, because that's all you know. And you put your hours and stuff, which I guess is a blessing in hindsight that you don't know about the future. But then the moment you finish and you step out into the real world, you're like, holy shit, who am I? What do I do? And Nesta went through that for a bit. Anthony did. I certainly did. And it was like a scary imposter syndrome, right? It kicks in, you're like, who am I now? Like, oh, I'm Sachin Jha, the cricketer, or Tevaun Smith, ex-NFL, CFL player. Now what? Now what do I do?
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't do the sport. So how did you navigate that space? Like you said, you could foresee what the future would be, but was it hard to digest that information? And then what did you do to sort of, did you have an identity crisis, I guess, to begin with?
So as you were asking that, or kind of describing that whole situation, the first thing I thought about was, we all have a dream. So for me, my dream was, I want to go to the NFL. And I got there, right? But then, like, in hindsight, now I think, like, well, did I dream big enough? Because my dream was to go to the NFL, and now I'm here. So now what's next? So, I mean, that's the first thing I thought about. But then now football's over.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? For me, I'm one of those guys that kind of just flip the page and say, let's go. So in 2018, when I took the year off, like there was two things that happened. Like the year before I got hurt, I tore my groin my second year when I was with the Colts. And when I tore that, and then going into when I tore that, I had a lot of workouts, a lot of interest from other NFL teams. Because at the time I was hurt, I was out, and I got released. What happens is in the NFL, like when you get hurt, they don't bring you back. They give you, for however long you're going to miss, you get paid for that period of time. Mm-hmm. So I was out for 6 weeks, which means I get like 6 game checks. So I'm officially like off the team after 6 games. So they can do a settlement or they can keep you. My situation is they gave me my settlement, and they said, when you get healthy, we may sign you back or we may not. So that happened. And when I was finally cleared to play again, I had maybe about 10 to 12 teams interested. I was flying to Cincinnati. I was flying to New York for the Jets. I was flying to the Patriots, Dallas Cowboys. I was going all over. And the second time I got hurt, which was in 2018, I only got 2 teams interested in me. So I went from getting anywhere between 10 to 15 interest from other teams to 2. And from there, I was like, but the one thing that I did know is that I was a first-round draft pick in the CFL. Mm-hmm. So I was like, and that's when they called me and was like, hey, if you're ever interested to come back home, we got you. Mm-hmm. We'd love to have you. So from that time, I was like, well, I only got two interests. The phones it's not ringing as much as they used to. Let's entertain this Canadian football thing. And I didn't want to be one of those guys that just wanted to keep training, and a year went by, still trying to get to the NFL. 2 years go by, still trying to get to the NFL. I'm like, man, I'm young. Let's just go. So that's what I did. I went on, flipped that page, and I said, let's go home. Let's play in the CFL. Let's take advantage of the opportunity right now because they have the most interest in me. The contract looked good for me, so I was like, let's go. So that's kind of what happened. And fast forward to when football was about to end, I felt like I did the same thing. Mm-hmm. I felt like, I was like, okay, well, if I don't, there was a year where I was kind of on the fence, which was last year. Last year I was on the fence. I was like, if I play, I don't want to be away from home. Meaning I didn't want to be across the country. If I had to go to Vancouver, if I had to go to Winnipeg, if I had to go too far from home, I don't really want to go. So I was like, my interest is to play for teams that are closer, which was Toronto, Hamilton, Ottawa. I was in Ottawa for 2 years, and I really wanted to only play for Toronto or Hamilton. And I know, for other people, it's like, well, take any opportunity that you get. Yeah. But in my situation, I just felt like, it just had to make sense. I had a business running here. If I wanted to play football, I was only going to play football for another 1 to 2 more years. Like I played 8 years. I mean, in my eyes, I was like, I don't think I'm going to play another 5. So is it worth abandoning my business to go play maybe 1 or 2 more years? So that's where I was like, well, if I'm not playing for these 2 teams, then I'm done. If nobody calls me this year, I'm done. Mm-hmm. So the year went by. I got a couple interests from Hamilton and Toronto, but nothing like actually finalized. Mm-hmm. So when the season was over, we got into 2025. I was like, yeah, all right, let's go. Let's do it. I'm done. So that's kind of what I did. Did the same thing. Flipped that page and I said, let's just go. Okay. Now, how that made me feel, I don't know how that really made me feel until kind of like now. The season's going on. And I'm like, oh, I'm officially done and I'm retired, but I like just watching my friends play now. And I feel like I'm not in a situation to where a lot of people are in different situations because like when I'm done playing football now, all the guys that I played football with, they're about done too. So I don't necessarily feel left out. Now, I feel like for some people, when they are done playing football, all their friends are still playing. And that's when they kind of get that, damn, like, what am I going to do? All my friends are still playing. They kind of feel bad for themselves. But because I have a handful of guys that are also retiring, we're in the same position, so we're all doing it together. So I feel like I'm in a different situation than most because I have friends that I can call. I have the support, and we're all dealing with the same thing, trying to figure out what we want to do, betting on ourselves and just trying new things. And I'm really just embracing that and not necessarily thinking about like, oh, I could have played football. Man, no, we're on to the next chapter and we're all dealing with this stuff together. Let's try and figure it out. So now all of us, we're either doing business together, we're trying new things together. And it's kind of not really, it's kind of a distraction with like me being out of football now. And I'm enjoying that. So I don't necessarily feel like I have some sort of imposter syndrome. I'm just like, hey, let's just move on and focus on what's next.
Fascinating. There's so many things I want to ask over there. The biggest one is you seem to view, like, you have a good understanding of what's rational and what's emotional when it comes to decision making.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from?
That's a great question because I've been asked that before. Like, how do you even think like that? And I mean, maybe it was just like always embedded in me because I was in high school. I wanted to play football, and I wanted to play football in the U.S. So I got an opportunity to go to a prep school, left. Me by myself, family still here, and I just took off and left. Then I went to Iowa, boom, by myself, same thing. So I was from a young age already like out the door. So like I was just used to moving every single year, moving. And then my career, although I was on the same team, every single year of my career, I've had a new coach. My first year, coach got fired, new staff comes in. Second year, same thing. Every single year of my pro career, I had a new coach or a new GM.
Yep.
So it was always next chapter. But now it's like, I guess I'm just so used to just moving on to the next.
Yeah.
Because like my whole career has been like that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel foreign to me. Some guys have the opportunity to play for the same team for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. For me, yes, I was on the same team. Like, for example, in the CFL, I played for Edmonton for 3 or 4 years. Every single year, first year they fired the head coach. Second year they fired the GM and head coach.
Nice.
Third year, same thing. So I've always I was on the same team, but the atmosphere changed because like there was a new culture. There was a new coach in town. There was new players that were coming in. It was never consistent for me. So I guess I got accustomed or used to the inconsistency.
Yep.
So that's how I went now in life when things are just not consistent.
Yeah.
That's not normal for me, I guess.
You're used to it.
I'm just used to the inconsistency where it's like, all right, now it's something new. Now it's a new team. Now it's a new opportunity. Yeah. And I just attack every opportunity that I have with whatever door that opens.
Yeah. The reason I asked that is because I have gone through the same thing. I'm 26. I've lived in 7 countries. Canada is my 7th.
Wow.
So I was born in India, raised in Australia, Singapore, India, Saudi Arabia, UAE, England, Canada.
Wow.
Okay. And the reason I love this idea of being rational and being emotional. Now, my roots are Indian, right? I'm Indian. Indian people are emotional. We love, like, you watch any Bollywood movie, it's going to be like beyond emotional, right? You watch any song, I have this argument with my dad. I'm like, why is everything emotional? Like, just calm down, man.
Yeah.
Right, with songs, just pipe it down. Listen to some upbeat stuff, like house music, bro. Like, why can't Indians do that?
Yeah.
And we go back and forth with that. But so it's in our blood, being emotional, right? And you're Jamaican, like you're of descent, right?
Yes.
Jamaicans are like people from the Caribbean, very family oriented. Like emotions, I don't know if as emotional as Indians, but like there's a lot of emotions there.
Yeah.
But having moved so much, I used to cry as a kid whenever we left countries. I was like, oh, I have to start all over. Until it just faded because I was so used to it.
Yeah.
And I became to a point where there was a point I remember where I used to see decision making as a weakness. But then I'm like, why is this the case? I should be able to distill this down pretty simple. And then the only thing that was a hindrance was my emotions that was coming in. Oh, I shouldn't be buying that, but I really, really want it. Oh, I really want that thing. And I'm like, oh no, that's my emotions taking over. So I was like, oh, okay. There's emotion, there's rational. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Okay. No. And then the more you move on, like relationships and stuff in different countries, when I started going through, I was just like, now I'm at a point where it's just like, I know when I need to be rational and emotional. I guess more rational than emotional. And then sometimes I get criticized for it. But it's like, man, you got to show a bit of emotion when you make decisions. But I'm like, no, if I do that, it's going to weaken my decision-making ability. That's why it's one of the things I want to teach people as much as possible is to delineate between the two.
Yeah.
Like when you're making a decision, because the thing is for you go from NFL to CFL. Most people want to do the opposite. Maybe they start in the CFL, go to the NFL. So one of the questions I had for you initially was, why did you do the opposite move? Was it purely because it was lucrative, or is it more that you would be closer to home, right? I think which you answered a little bit. But you want to shed some more light on that?
So why I wanted to go to the NFL?
No,
first?
Why did you go from the NFL to the CFL? Because I'm assuming in the NFL, that would have been how long ago now?
My last season in NFL was 2018.
2018, right? So prime of your career, and you decide to move to the CFL. Why?
You don't really have a choice.
But you said you had two teams interested in you, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they wanted to sign me.
Oh,
right. So they were interested, yes, but nothing really came out of it, right? So I had those two teams. I forgot what teams they were, but it's always like, hey, we have a player. It's my agent, by the way. Hey, what are your thoughts? Oh yeah, no, we're interested, but like it's always the thing is with football, it's a numbers game. Yes, it's talent, but if they have somebody else that's just as good as you, it just depends on relationship or situation on whether they'll sign you or not. So although I had interest, not enough interest for them to be like, yeah, we're going to fly him in and we want to sign him, right? So why did I go from the NFL to the CFL? It's really because you don't really have a choice.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I mean, if I don't get signed, which could have very well happened, maybe it could have, maybe it couldn't, but if I don't get signed, like at the end of the day, you don't just walk in the door and say, hey, sign me. They have to come in and sign you. So the reason why, one, I was hurt, they pull your name up, they look at your injury report, they look at your stats, they look at everything. These guys are scouts. They know everything about you. They know your mom, dad's name. They know kids. They know anything that you've done in college. They know everything. So they look at your report, and whether they want to sign you or not, it's up to them, right? Why I went from the NFL to the CFL, well, because I didn't need to go to the CFL at the time because I was obviously the NFL is the biggest stage. Yeah. Right? So for me, I was blessed enough to make it to the NFL, but because my options, and I guess essentially dwindled, I mean, the average years in CFL or NFL is 2 to 3 years. Yeah. So I was getting to that point where it's like, well, if I don't get any interest here, I'm just going to go home. Now, a lot of guys that go to the CFL do go to NFL and vice versa. Some guys go from the NFL to the CFL to like build up their career again, and then they go back. So it all just depends on the person.
Okay, so it's very doable, like the interchange.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So
gotcha.
It kind of there's so many guys. I mean, Johnny Manziel was a first round draft pick. He ended up getting released in the NFL, going back to the CFL, and bounced around in leagues, other leagues as well. So it's all situational. So I mean, I wouldn't say that there's definitely a route that you want to take. You don't necessarily have a choice. Whoever's interested in you is where you're gonna go.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was so perplexed. I'm like, most people would want to be in your position in the NFL. And then from what I researched when I was looking up and prepping for this episode, I was like, why would you go from the NFL to CFL? Either that was the only choice, or maybe there was something more out there that you sort of wanted. But that's why I asked that question. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Did that hurt your ego in any shape or form, moving from, because people have NFL as a top, right? And then CFL would come under it. I'm assuming that's kind of right.
Yeah, it's like the G League or of the NBA.
Yeah. So did that
Yeah.
like hurt your ego, or was it like no, or did you just resort to your mindset of this is it, let's move on?
No, so first off, I am Canadian. I grew up watching the Canadian Football League. So for me, it was just like I'm going home, and I understood that like the CFL, the NFL, and the CFL they're pretty. There's a lot of guys that go back and forth, and
Okay.
you'll be surprised how talented like the players in the CFL are too. When it comes to the CFL and the NFL, I mean, obviously there's your top players like your Tom Brady's of the world, you know, your Von Millers, your Odell Beckhams, but then everybody else is pretty much I would say in the same pool. Like there's so many guys that were teammates of mine in the CFL that were also teammates of mine in the NFL.
Gotcha.
So when it comes to both leagues, like it's not about
it's just
some players are like that don't know about the CFL.
Okay.
But once they get there, there's a lot of players that come from the NFL to the CFL and they think like, oh, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna play 1 year and I'm gonna go back to the NFL, and they end up realizing like, oh, this is just as good as I didn't know guys were just this good here. So it all just depends on the situation. And for me, I understood that like the CFL was very talented. So I didn't necessarily feel like humbled or sad that I'm not in the NFL anymore.
Gotcha.
I just understood it. I mean, like I said, I'm from Canada, so I understood the CFL already, and I had a bunch of friends playing in it too. So it's kind of like I'm going home. I know a lot of people in the league, and I grew up with most of these guys that were Canadian playing football. So for me, it was kind of like homecoming, to be honest.
Damn, because James Allen, who is an author, he's got this book called As a Man Thinketh.
Okay.
And he has a quote which is, circumstances do not make the man, they reveal him. So it's what you make of your situation that you're in, whether the glass is half full or half empty, and always having that optimistic outlook on life. Like, it's an opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Right?
And at the end of the day, you get paid to play football.
Yeah.
So it's like, at that point, you're just kind of being greedy. Just take advantage of every opportunity that you get. Like, I'm still going to get paid to play football. I had a conversation with my agent as well before I even got there. He's like, listen, you're going to be able to make X amount of dollars within 10 years, like, or 5, however many years that you play. Like, this is what it looks like projected. Like, you're still in a great situation. And I just understood that.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, like, I could be sitting on my ass at home trying to figure life out, but I get to play football for another however many years. At the time, I was like, y'all go back home. Let's do it. Right?
Yeah.
So,
it's that, analogy, right? Do what you love for a living kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know if a lot of people understand that during the moment of when they're going through it, which is why a lot of people say, I miss the good old days. And I'm like, you are in the good old days right now. And that was a thing. Chris Williamson, he sort of discussed it. I don't know if you know who he is.
No.
Just this influencer turned podcaster, one of my biggest inspirations. And he says, the good old days are not in the hindsight. They were great, yes. But then most people dwell, and the reason I started this podcast is because most people dwell on the past. Like, what good old days, man. They were so good and whatever. Or they worry about the future. All right, but what about now? What about now?
Yeah.
Us having this chat, right? I don't want to look back in 10 years and be like, oh my God, remember when we had Tevaun Smith on the show and like this and that? Okay, yeah. I'm sure I'll feel that. But I can feel it now. And then your brain releases like these neurochemicals and stuff. So how do you, in terms of, did faith play a part in that, you understanding what you had at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
I grew up in like a Christian household. Like my whole family's Christian. Everybody's in the church. My grandmother, both my grandmothers are in the church, and that was always kind of instilled in me to just like put my faith in God and just go wherever God takes me. So I think that was huge. And you know, even the teams that I've played for, we all prayed together as well, before games, after games. So I think that that definitely played a big role.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy to kind of just focus on what's next because like you just got to put it in God's hands.
Where do you think it gave you, like faith gave you the biggest advantage in comparison to your rivals?
Injuries.
Mm.
Going through those injuries and like sitting in those rooms by yourself, just trying to figure out like, okay, well, one, is football gonna continue? But two, like you're down on yourself. You kind of feel hopeless because you're in crutches or you need help. You can't do everything yourself. So I think faith played a big role at those moments, and that's when you really appreciate it the most.
Mm-hmm. Because faith in my life came at a my parents Hindu, so I practice Hinduism, and it's not even, I don't know if it's more religion, but than just faith, like the bigger meaning and like, but it saved me, man, so many times. I feel like I had no idea, especially when I finished cricket. So the way it happened was I was playing, moved to England. I'd played for the UAE under 19, so age group stuff.
Okay.
Did a little bit with like the men's stuff. Never played for the men's team, but kind of in and around. And then I moved to England to pursue cricket. Like in England, county cricket is what it's called, like domestic cricket. So like the way to put it would be like the CFL in Canada.
Okay.
That level, but in England, right?
Okay.
Things got very close at one point, but there was some legal issues that didn't make it happen. And I was like, oh shit, now what? I just started binge drinking. I was like, this is it. I hate the game. And I just went down like this rabbit hole of, it wasn't a good time. And even until now, it kind of bugs me in my head sometimes. But that's when faith sort of played a huge part. Everything that happens for a reason. And then hadn't that happened, this wouldn't have happened. Right. So in that process, I came across philosophy, wisdom. And one of my favorite rugby players, Dan Carter, plays for New Zealand. He's a New Zealand legend now, retired. He has a book called The Art of Winning, and I highly recommend it. He basically goes, like his journey, he doesn't talk too much about his journey, but it's more like he retired at 35. Up until 35, that's all he knew. And as soon as he finished, it was all about imposter syndrome. What do I do now?
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people, like he captured feelings so well. And then as an athlete, I was like, oh, I'm feeling that now, albeit not retiring at 35 and stuff and not having played at that, but I can't imagine what he would have felt retiring. He's sitting at like Louis Vuitton, who he's a brand ambassador for, doing these strategy board meetings, and he's just like, the fuck am I doing here, man? Like, what do I have to contribute?
Right.
But in his book, being from New Zealand, the Maori culture is very like deep rooted with faith and stuff. So there's this thing called whakapapa, which means purpose, going really down to your roots to understand where you come from. So I read that book and oh my God, it changed my life. And he also says that he worked with team psychologists, and one of them mentioned that an athlete or just any person, and this was so encouraging for people, every individual has 3 peaks in their life, guaranteed. You got to put in the work though. So in my case, the first peak was playing international cricket. Great. Your second peak is coming now, bro. It's on its way. So don't back out. Put in the work. It'll be there. And once that finishes, you'll have your third peak. Now, the timing of it is not guaranteed. The only thing in your control is what you do. Right? And understanding that, okay, yes. So in your case as well, like, okay, NFL football player, maybe that was your first peak. But your second peak's coming, though. It's coming. And that's what got me really, that humbled me. That's how faith, if it wasn't for faith, all of this wouldn't have, I wouldn't have thought that way.
Yeah.
And now I'm a pretty deep and intense guy, which a lot of people are like, oh God, Saj, just stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, this is my strength though.
No, it is. No, I agree.
Oh man. But when I was looking at your thing, your podcast with You Only Die Twice.
Yeah.
One of the things is like you can't create past moments. And then you guys got pretty emotional and stuff with it, right?
Yeah.
What do you think nostalgia teaches you about the present?
man, I never really think about that, to be honest. Like until I get asked
Yeah.
that stuff. But when it comes to moments, like I've always been a person that's been, like I said, I always just flip the page, and I meet so many people, or reconnect with old friends, and they're like, "Remember when you did this? Remember when you did that?" And I'm like,
Did I do that?
"No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember scoring 5 touchdowns over here against these people. I don't remember doing this on game day and all that stuff." And like, I'm really sitting down and now reflecting, like, man, like I talk about some people like really zooming out, right? Like you're so locked in on like what's next, but if you just like zoom out from a bird's eye view and just look at like what you've done, like I'm still trying to appreciate like what I've done over time. So that's like a very like interesting question, because like I'm in the process of that now, because I'm still just focused on the next, and I never really think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever received is you've got to give yourself grace.
You have to.
I struggle massively because
Same.
I'm my own biggest critic. And I feel like athletes can relate to that straight away, but also high performers. It's like you're always thinking about the next thing, and you're always going back looking like, okay, how could I have done that better? When I watch this podcast, I'll be like, oh my God, Saj, that's cringy. You could have asked that in a much better way or whatever. And then you just study yourself and stuff. But then in hindsight, my sister actually one day, she's like, oh my God, Saj, you do realize. So similar to you, when I moved quite a bit, I've been living alone since I was 16.
Jeez.
Well, boarding school.
Yes. I went to boarding
so
school.
you went to
the same.
There you go.
7. Yeah.
So
yeah.
there you go. So, and then you just like from there, uni, masters, like, and changing countries and stuff. Same to you.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's a Herculean task. I'll tell you that, because my sister is 18 now, but to me, she's always my younger sister. But forget relationship. When I look at an 18-year-old now on the streets of Toronto, and I look at myself when I was 18, and I'm sure you could, relate to that. Come on, man. We've done all right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I'm always thinking like, man, I didn't do enough today. I got to go harder.
Yeah.
I got to do this. I got to do that. And it's like, man, take a break. But it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
Or just like patting yourself on the back every now and then. Like, Sach, you at 18, or Tevaun, you at 18, you're miles ahead of those people.
Absolutely.
Money's not everything.
No.
Think about it intellectually, though. You were so far ahead. You were living alone. You're managing your own things. Most 18-year-olds don't know how to operate a washing machine.
Yeah.
You were sorting your life out. So in the US, I need to get my social security number done, or this or that, all the legalities, having a car, insurance. Here people have their, not all, but like most kids have everything taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm still on my, I have people at work, man. I'm still using my parents, like I'm on their package when it comes to like phones.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, really?
I couldn't even do that. My parents are in Canada, so I had to get my own plan. They help me as much as they can on the insurance side, but I still have to physically go
but
there.
You do that yourself. Myself. I was 17 when I got my first car. My parents helped out.
Yeah, of course.
But then everything I had to do in England was me.
Yep.
Right? It's just like the insurance, oh man. And then one time I dinged I hit someone else. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
And I have no idea.
Same thing happened.
And you got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out. Yeah.
So when
I actually didn't even think of it like that. Yeah. All that stuff I did on my own.
Yeah. And it's like, you know how much life skills you learn?
Yeah.
So when my sister she's like, I'm proud of you for doing that. I was like, let me think about that. I was like, oh man, I am. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, but everyone goes through stuff.
Right.
That's the thing. And that's when I ground myself. I try to ground myself like I'm not the only one.
Right. I had a flat tire one time in college.
Oh God.
And
Tell us, how do you do it?
I changed it on my own.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, I'm not about to pay. When you're in college, now they're getting paid in college, but I had to figure it out. Shoot, I went on YouTube, learned how to switch a tire, and now I know how to do it. But if I was home, probably would have just called my dad. Mom and dad isn't there.
But think about it. How many of those skills are transferable now that you've finished your pro career and you go into business?
Yeah.
Because subconsciously you've built those habits, and now you tell me the story about the bank, right?
Yeah.
How much of that you're like, okay, you know what, that's fine, versus an average person who just erupted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've just lost the plot.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, whatever. Like, that was just a waste of my 3-4 hours, but hey,
Yeah.
on to the next.
Yeah. Nah, so man, like, yeah, giving yourself grace is so huge. But
Absolutely.
you played with George Kittle,
I did.
who's pretty much the face of NFL now.
Yeah.
And what was it like at that point playing with him, you know, shoulder to shoulder, and now how'd you view that in hindsight?
It's actually crazy because, like, when you think about who he is now, like, he's always been like that. Loves to have fun, loves football, and works his ass off.
Yeah.
It's funny because he plays tight end, but he was doing conditioning and all that stuff with the receivers with us. And he was like, he's fast.
Yeah.
He's strong. And to be honest, like, he wasn't really, if you think about what he was doing or what he's doing now, he could have, you look back and you're like, man, we could have used him so much more in college.
Yeah.
But honestly, George is a great human being. Along with his wife Claire, she also went to Iowa as an athlete. So they're cool people. And George, you know, being his teammate is all it's George Kittle. You see how he is with his teammates. That's how he is, or how he was in college as well. So, you know, being able to witness, you know, all the hard work he's put into now being the face of the NFL is crazy. It's super rewarding because it's like, man, like, you've worked so hard for it, you deserve it. You know, some people that you come across in life and they were assholes along the way, or you know, like, they have these. I don't know if anybody has a bad story to say about George. Great human being, great family, mom, dad, they're all cool. So yeah, George is a dope human being, man.
Yeah. 49ers?
49ers, yeah.
49ers. I like 49ers.
Yeah.
Because I've got some family in California, and I was just like, I like San Francisco. I like the city. I was like, cool, 49ers. That's going to be my team.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Nice. And the Bay is a beautiful place.
But you still in touch with them?
We talk here and there through social media. I think I saw him. Did I see him? It's been a while since I've seen him, but we still communicate here and there. You know, I reached out to him one time because somebody wanted to do like an interview with me about him. And I was like,
"That's a
hey,
weird
bro,
one."
This person is asking me to do it. I'm like, I don't know how you feel about it. He said, bro, do what you want. I said, no, I'm not going to do it, bro. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Like, why are you the intermediary?
I was like, why don't you just ask him? But if
I guess getting to him would be the challenge, though.
Maybe. But yeah, no, we talk here and there. But obviously, he's got so much going on.
Yeah.
You know, we all have so much going on too. Yeah. So, but yeah, here and there we'll still talk. We still communicate here and there. Yeah.
I'll ask you a question about him then. No, I'm joking.
Go ahead.
No, but like when he says a lot's going on in his life, right?
Yeah.
Like what sort of thing? What does it look like when you're maybe you have, because obviously you've played at that level, you've seen when you're a big name and stuff. Mm-hmm. What's so hard about it at the point, like managing it as like playing ball as a profession, but like all the other stuff that comes with it? Like, talk to me. What does that look like for a player? With your experience, maybe you've seen something.
I mean, obviously George is so much bigger of a player than I was or am.
Yeah.
And it's so many moving parts, right? Like you have your personal life, then you got your professional career, then there's family, and then God knows how many fans are trying to, be a part of his life.
Yeah.
So it's a lot when you're dealing with so many people. Now I'm sure he has like a management team, a marketing team, and then he's the face of the NFL, right? So when you're a big name in the NFL, you're getting pulled by in so many different directions. Whether that's commercials, whether that's Nike deals, whether that's family probably asking for money.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's a lot. I mean, every professional athlete deals with
think
that.
of that actually.
So it's like when you're a player, like, you know, for like I have a handful of friends that deal with that as well, and you just gotta know, like, you know, you can't talk to everybody every single day because it's like they have to focus on their profession. So a lot of my close friends, like we're still close, very, very close, but do we talk every single day? No, because some of them got kids now. Some of them got, so once football practice is over, they're going home to their family. They want to decompress. They want to go for a walk. Especially, I'm sure guys like, you know, that are super famous like him, they just want to go for a walk and just decompress and not be in front of a camera all day, which is what they have to deal with all the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that stuff is very important. You got to be able to not only be able to manage all that stuff, but be able to have time for yourself.
Yeah. And how did you do that? Like, I know college football's massive. I went to Michigan once. This was 2013, and I saw the stadium, and I saw one of my cousins was at Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just saw the blue and yellow everywhere.
Yeah.
It was huge, right? And then I started looking into, because I was always into sports. I'm like, and I started watching these vlogs that some players do, like stadium tours or like a day in the life of like, and then it was Amazon that did All or Nothing with the Michigan team, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy. So you have experienced that, right? Maybe not George Kittle,
right?
Like you have. What was I feel like for me, I would say at one point it was fantasy.
Yeah.
How does it feel when you get that kind of attention? Were you with the brand? Did you have brand deals? Or were you allowed?
Wish. No.
But in the NFL, you had brand deals?
No, I just got like sponsors from, you know, companies that want to send product, but I never got an actual deal. I wasn't one of those.
Did you want it, or was
guys.
it? Yeah. Is it hard to get a brand deal, or is it like?
I wouldn't say it's easy. You don't just walk into the NFL or the CFL and they just give you deals. CFL doesn't really give you deals, but the NFL, you don't really walk in there and everybody gets a deal. You kind of have to produce, perform, big names.
So your personal
and
brand.
I was an undrafted free agent as well in the NFL. So yeah, I had to work my way up to get all that.
Personal brand.
Personal
brand. That's what I'm here.
Yeah.
Which I want to get into.
Yeah.
Interesting, because the way I see, or my assumption was, when you make it to a league like the NFL, you would have companies and stuff reach out to you for like brand deals, like, hey, you're in the NFL.
They've definitely sent product stuff like, hey, post our product. We'd love for you to, you know, wear this, wear that. But there was no like multi-million-dollar deal. You know? But college, to answer your question about college, it was crazy, honestly. Our senior year of college, we were 12-0, undefeated, ranked 4th in the country. It was like us, Alabama. I forgot the other two teams, Michigan State and us, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, it was when people ask me about college, I'm like, man, it was so fun.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you see in movies.
Yeah.
Where, you know, after the games and the college parties, like that's
It's
University
legit.
of Iowa. Yeah. At the time when I was there, I think we were a top 3 or top 5 party school in the country too. So it was fun, man. It was fun, especially that last year where we were undefeated. And you know, my brother would always say, like, when he came down, he was just like, man, like, you were like, after the games, people are asking for autographs and taking pictures. He's like, yeah, this guy was signing babies, whatever. So he always jokes about that. But it was a great experience, man.
Yeah.
Like they love Iowa football out there. They literally just, that's all they have, you know? The professional team is Iowa. Like there's no other professional team in Iowa City. And then it's a college town, so the fans love to come to the games, and we pretty much sell out all the time.
Yeah. But what's the capacity of the stadium?
It went up. It might be at like 85 to 90. Yeah.
That is bonkers, man.
Yeah, it might be more,
Yeah.
honestly.
But I'm so glad you said that you enjoyed your time at college.
Yeah.
You know how many people I've gone to school with where they're like, oh man, come on, like this is not what I expected. And they just cry. So I went to Ivy Business School in Canada, Western University.
Yeah,
Top business school in Canada.
it is.
Hard to get into.
Yeah,
I don't know how I made
I
it.
would have never got in.
I don't know how I did it. So my mindset was, so when I was in England when this happened, I was like, so my mindset, I like to get competitive. And it's more like, who the hell gets in? Why do they get in? And then the question was, why can't I do it? Like, what's so special in that guy or that person that I lack? And then I'm like, I'm going to give it a go. Because the idea of what if, as I said previously, 10 years, I was 21 when I got it. So I'm thinking in my head, if I'm 31 and I look back, and I would have been like, oh, what if I'd applied? And I actually got it.
Yeah,
That scared me. I was like, nope, I'm doing it. I'm going to study through LinkedIn and network with people. So I was like, okay, I'm going to study people. How do I study people? Get in touch with them. How do I get in touch with them? LinkedIn. Okay. Who could I? Okay, fine. Prospect students who are just about to go in. Okay. Hey, man, up for a coffee chat? Boom, 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 boom. One guy, very kind enough, Josh Xavier, if you're watching this, he was like, dude, I'll help you with your essays or your personal statements. I was like, he's already in. He knows the drill. High performer. Great. Teach me. And I'll...
You did that at what age?
21.
Bro, that
I was
you were
like...
light years ahead of so many people, bro.
Because my only question that drove me to that point was, why... What do I lack that... Why would anyone get into Harvard?
Yeah.
What's so special about them? Why? Or Stanford. Stanford is a crazy school, by the way.
It is.
Holy cow. I went there 2 years ago and I met some people. I was like, whoa, that's different. Their intellect's like...
Great people that come out of Stanford.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah. So then
business, professional athletes, all
everything. Yeah.
Law.
Yeah.
Everything. It's crazy.
I know. And so for me, it was like, okay, if I've played cricket at a very good level and I've sort of taken my life in my own hands, why can't I do it? And that was the only question. Same with the podcast. Why can't I be the next Jay Shetty?
Right.
Why not? Or like you look at Alex Hormozy, do you know?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my God, man. Like, why can't we be like them?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's that saying of shoot for the stars, you might get to the moon. Toto Wolff, who's the team principal of Mercedes Formula One team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, let's just try. So that's what drove. Then I was like, why?
Mm-hmm.
And this I call it the 5 why framework. Okay, I want to get there. How? And then you're like, what do I need to do to get there? And then why? Just answer that, and you will get an answer. So you just break it down all the way down. Like, okay. So with the podcast, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my first episode. Jan 3rd, I started on the podcast, but I was like, okay, Feb 7th is my first episode. It's going to be out. I have no name, no concept, nothing. But because I had that Feb 7th date dialed in, I just worked back. Here's what I'm going to do back. Okay. And then you kind of get a roadmap of what you need to do in order to get your first episode out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know what the back end looks like. I had no idea. Cameras, equipment, mics, no knowledge of anything. And I just started in my home. I just had a tripod. I have like this big, what do you call these? Lights? I forgot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started. So that's what got me thinking about it. And I'm sure there's an element of that in you as well. Like, oh, I want to play in the NFL. How do I do that?
Mm-hmm.
As a Canadian.
That's Canadian, yeah.
Now, I know this for a fact that as an international player, it's very hard to get into the NFL, regardless of whether even if you're Canadian.
Yeah.
And you're connected to the US, it's still hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there's been elements of this that you did yourself, maybe unknowingly, that got you there. Of like, why can't I be that? Why can't I be in the NFL? Was there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. For me, it was. I've always, especially professionally, but in high school, I was always the guy that wanted to be around guys better than I was. And, now they always say if you're the smartest in the room, you're in the wrong room. For me, I was like, for football, if I'm the best player here, I need to be challenged and go somewhere else where players are better than me. So I would go to my high school coaches, really, Pat Diodati. He was somebody that was like We want you to come to this school, and I'm going to help you get to where you want to be. Shout out to him because he helped me with a lot of things. But he brought me to camps in the U.S. My mom brought me to camps in the U.S., tried to get as much interest as possible. But I wanted to be, if I wanted to go there, I had to play there and put myself against the best. And that's exactly what I did. I went to all these camps. I started training with older guys out here. So all like the top players that went into the CFL, like I was like little bro to them.
Yeah.
Right. So I always wanted to surround myself with people that were just bigger, faster, and stronger. And once I got to that level into the U.S. and I figured out, and I looked around, I'm like, well, the school that I went to, I was like, shoot, I'm one of the best players here too. So that's when I figured out, like, I have something. You know, I know I can do it. And then from there, I was like, okay, cool. I want to go to the NFL now.
Yeah.
Or I want to go to a big school. Then that's when I got to Iowa, and I was like, I can do this. I can do this too.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I'm capable of doing it. Iowa produced a lot of NFL guys. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna buy in and lock into the process. And as long as I work hard, I know that whether I make it or not, I know I put my all into it.
How did the NFL contract come about?
Man, it's really, at Iowa, we have NFL teams come to our practice almost every day. So
every day, almost every session.
Every practice, there's at least one NFL scout at our.
Because NFL has 32 teams.
32 teams.
Okay.
So they have a scout that comes, and they do it at a lot of schools, but like obviously at the bigger schools, like I'm sure Alabama gets maybe just as much. I mean, definitely is just as much, but maybe even more. But yeah, we've always had NFL scouts come to our practices, looking at all the seniors. So like from when you get there as a freshman, like people are watching at all times. So how did the NFL come about? They've been scouting you from the day you got onto campus. And whether the coaches they ask the coaches how you are as a player, how you are as a person, and that's kind of how things start. So going into my senior year, at that point, I'm a starter, I'm doing well, and then obviously they've been watching from the day you walked into that stadium. That's kind of how it starts, and then from there it's just control and just continue working hard, and hopefully somebody drafts you or signs you.
So it was the Colts who came to you.
Yeah.
And what was that day like when you got signed and you got told that, hey, you're going to be, because that was your lifelong dream, the NFL.
Yeah, it was, and it was funny because we played a game. It was the Big Ten championship, and I had a very big play, 85-yard touchdown. And that game was actually played 85 yards, yeah. Whew. I had a game, in that game was played at Lucas Oil, which is the Colts' home stadium.
Yeah.
Right? And now after that game, I'm training and I'm having conversations with other NFL teams, but when Indianapolis signed me, it was just like I was just there. So it was a pretty cool feeling knowing that I had a big play there, and that's the same stadium I'm going to play in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that feeling was crazy. Knowing that I'm going to go to that team, the same team that I had that huge play in their home stadium was I was like, man, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. And I kind of already knew that was one of the teams I was going to go to before the draft happened, because at that time they said, hey, we're not going to draft a receiver this year, but we because we can't, we need other positions. But if you don't get drafted, we want to sign you. And that's kind of exactly what happened. I never got drafted to an NFL team. I was an undrafted free agent. And the Colts had the most interest in me, and they were talking to me from the beginning of the process.
Yeah.
So I had the trust in them. I had already kind of built a relationship with them, and I got a bigger signing bonus than any other team that offered to sign me. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna go where I'm wanted, and that's how I got there.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like most people can't even fathom what they would feel like when they achieve their dream. but it's a goal. It's not a dream. It shouldn't be a dream because dream is something like you can just think about. Goal is something you can actually work towards. And the reason I asked that question is because most people genuinely just can't see themselves succeeding. Well, one, they don't know what they want to do.
Right.
Two, if they know what they want to do, they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And again, that's one of the things I wish I can get through to people about that. But with the NFL stuff, contracts, are NFL contracts lucrative enough? Like, you signed a rookie contract? Okay. How good is a rookie contract? Like, we no need to disclose numbers, but more like, how long can you sustain, let's say, of 1 year's worth of rookie contract? Let's say you have a moderate lifestyle.
So if I play one full season, how long would that last?
Yes.
Moderate? Few years.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's higher now. Like a rookie contract right now, the minimum is probably like, if I were to guess, it's probably like $700K.
Holy.
I think that's the minimum.
Yeah.
But there's
How
so
many
many
zeros? No.
there's USD. Too, right?
USD, yeah.
But there's so many things that a lot of people don't know because like you can probably go on Google right now and just see like, oh, how much my contract was, but like that's not actually how much I actually made.
Yeah.
Because like although that's the minimum, let's just say $700K is the actual minimum in the NFL. There's so many factors, right? So every game you get paid a check. You get paid for 18 weeks, right? And let's just say every game check is $20,000. But if you get hurt or released, there's been guys that played for 2 weeks, then got sent home for 2 weeks. So like, just because I signed a contract for X amount for 4 years, doesn't mean that those 4 years are guaranteed. If I get hurt, they can cut me, and that contract is now void. Right,
so there's like a penalty.
The NFL contract is not guaranteed unless you get a signing bonus. That's the only guarantee you have, especially from an undrafted free agent or somebody that's like you can get cut at any point in time. So when it comes to those contracts, like, I mean, if you played an entire season, you've been on the 53-man roster the entire season, that's how much you would make. Yeah. But there's so many guys that don't do that. Okay. You can get put on practice squad, which you get paid less, which then if you're on practice squad the whole year, that $700K probably becomes like $250 or $200 or whatever the case may be. That's still good money though.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's not, but you can. I mean, if you're making $200K a year, you're still pretty good.
Doing what you love.
I mean, depending on what your lifestyle looks like, I think that you'll be fine. But for myself, I was hurt. I was on other teams. I sat out a year. I didn't have to get another job, thankfully, but and I was able to make my money last. I'm not a big spender. I definitely have fun. Yeah. But I'm not like a huge spender at all. So I was fortunate enough to not actually have to get another job while I was playing football.
The reason I ask that question is because a lot of people are like, oh, he played in the NFL, he's set.
Yeah, right? That's a lot of people think, but there's a lot of guys that they go to NFL and they spend all the money. Or shoot, life just catches up to them and the bills keep coming and they don't know what to do, right?
It's like you might be making, let's say from 700 to 1.5, you pretty much doubled. Yeah. But then your expenses double as well. So all of a sudden you're netting the same amount as you would before.
Exactly.
Yeah, damn.
They always talk about guys going broke, but like I don't know how he can go broke. I mean, it's simply because like his lifestyle is the same, but the checks don't keep coming in. So that's why. So for some people, that's all they know. Because once they got out of school and now they're professionals, it's like they got so many other responsibilities, and that's when different things kind of come into play where they have to cut off some family because they're mad that you can't give them a stipend every month anymore, or you're not paying for their house anymore or whatever. It's like I gotta focus on, like, some people have kids now. It's like I can't give you this money anymore. I have 2 kids, my wife. I can't do that. Right?
Is that a thing where family members like try to take advantage of you because you have that success and fame and the monetary
I don't
benefits that
think
come
it's on
with.
purpose. They're just used to it. Like imagine, getting allowance
Yeah.
every single month.
Yeah.
And then it just stops and you're like, wait, what happened? Why? They don't understand. They think you still have it, but you actually,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, where'd that money go? Like, why aren't you giving that to me?
Yeah.
And then like subconsciously, they probably don't mean it in that way, but it comes off like, well, now they're pissed that they're not getting it. Now they're just like, oh, he's acting different now. It's like, no, like life is here now. I actually have to like be careful where I put my money and where it's going to. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it happens a lot. And some people do feel that way where they're just like, man, screw you then if you're not gonna do this, which is it's a harsh reality, but because some people get so used to it and kind of get entitled. But I mean, it is what it is. This podcast is gonna be the next Jay Shetty, and I best believe people are gonna come knocking at your door asking for money.
Damn.
100%.
I can't even think that far. Well, I should, I guess, but
it happens. You know, like, hey, can I borrow this? Like, if you're doing super, super well, people are gonna, hey man, like, I saw you got that new car. That was cool. But then now, hey, can I borrow $100? No, $100 become $1,000. It'll happen.
Damn, I never thought about. I guess because I'm so intrinsically in it right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying maybe your family's not like that, but even friends,
No,
like, people are just gonna assume that you make a lot of money.
I got you.
But the reality is, like, I mean, there's people with $1 million that are broke, or sorry, 1 million followers that are broke.
Oh,
too, right?
Yeah,
like, you just assume, like like social media is, people just see something and just assume, right? So
fair enough.
Be prepared for that.
Damn. That's a good warning to have. Manifest that problem. It's a first world problem, I guess.
Yeah.
But with playing though, one of the things I've always wondered, and I kind of went through it as well, is you start off playing the sport because you love it. But did you at any point felt like it became work?
Yeah, definitely. There is a point in time in your career. I don't know how, like, I talk about this with other guys, like, you'll play it and you're like, man, I'm playing football. I do what I love. But then when you start seeing the business side of it, where some guys are not playing because they might be due a signing bonus, or they'll get released because the team doesn't want to pay them X amount of dollars, or players will sit out because they're not getting their contract extended. That's when the business side comes into it, and they're like, man, screw it. Like, a lot of guys don't like that side of it. It's like, now for some people, football or basketball, whatever sport they play, doesn't really become fun anymore because you see the business side of things, right? Or you start building relationships with the coaches, and you know certain things are going to happen. You see the writing on the wall, like, okay, he's probably going to get cut next week. Or you might know one of the players are going to get cut because you've got that relation. You've been in the league for so long, and maybe a coach might have told you, yeah, they're going to cut him next week, or yeah, he's just here for 2 weeks. And like, that's when you start not really, it's kind of like, man, this is a shitty business. Because like, when I was young, I was just playing, not knowing anything. Like, I'm just playing football, I'm having fun. But then you start getting older, and you've been playing football for quite some time, and now you just see the business side of it, and you're like, this guy has no idea. He's just having fun, which is cool. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
But when you see the other side of it, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
and that just eats you up, right?
Yeah, it's like, man,
starts affecting you.
Yeah, for some guys it does affect you for sure. I was always somebody that just didn't want to know. Like, I knew, but I'm like, I'm just gonna come in, do my work, whatever I have to do. But this, you hear things. It's like, oh, yeah, they're thinking about not playing this person, or because he's up for this, or he's got a bonus if he gets 1,000 yards this game. And they'll try to not give him the ball. Because now they have to pay you, right? Some teams are different. Some people are like, no, we want to get you paid. Some teams,
the politics. Oh my god!
And then you see the politics in it.
Who would insinuate that? Like, let's say,
I have no idea.
Don't give. Would it be the coach? Would it be like
it could be the coach, the GM, the owner? I don't know. Maybe
don't give him the ball because he would be hitting X amount of bonus.
Oh yeah,
and we don't want to pay.
Yeah, or yeah, for sure. Or you're due for if you play 10 games consecutively, you might have a big bonus coming up, and some teams may not play you because of that. And yeah, there's so many things that come in. So you'll wonder why this person's not playing. It's probably because he's due for a signing bonus somewhere, or you'll wonder why that player is no longer with the team. Is because that guy is probably due for a signing bonus coming up, and they don't want to pay that tag.
Did this ever happen to you?
I got released for getting paid too much in the CFL. Yeah, because you got to think like
released.
Yeah, because like there's other guys that they feel like, if I'm getting paid a certain amount and then there's another player that they feel like they can develop, they're gonna go, well, he's taking up a lot of cap space. So
I guess
we're gonna have to get rid of him and just have this guy.
That's pretty clear, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So I mean,
rather than
it's
all the
part of
shady shit behind.
Yeah, and they'll tell you, listen, like we want to go younger, and that happens all the time.
I'd rather hear that.
There's always younger guys that are probably quicker, faster, stronger, and that other teams might want to develop instead of having to pay a player more money.
Interesting. Talking about like belief, you just said, right? Do you think you reached your full potential playing ball?
No. I don't, but I know I gave it my all. I do know that every offseason I worked my ass off. I do know that, I took advantage of every opportunity that I had because I didn't want to look back and regret. So I think I did what I had to do, and I appreciate every part of the game. And although I don't think I reached my full potential, I'm kind of giving myself grace for what I've done.
Yeah. I think you're in the process.
Yes.
The reason I asked that is because I was watching a podcast the other day. And do you follow soccer?
A little bit, not too much.
Do you know Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
No.
Great guy to look up.
Look
he is construed as this big, cocky, arrogant guy.
Okay.
Swedish.
Maybe I've seen his face before.
Yeah, like bun and like
the bun. Yeah, I was gonna say slick back hair.
Yeah,
big guy.
yeah, that's him.
Okay.
That's him.
Yep, I know who that is. Yeah.
So he's always believed that he's the best. Always. He played until his late 30s. He's 41 now, I think.
Okay.
And I have never seen that level of self-confidence. And I was watching this interview where he opened up a little bit, and he was pretty much like, I don't need anyone else to believe in me because I believe in me. And when he said, he's like, I am the best. And the guy was like, why'd you say that? He's like, no, I know I'm the best. And then I got chills when he said that. He's like, say whatever you want. I know I am the best. And then he goes, I am the best because I believe in me. And I truly, when I say I'm the best, I mean it. I can still go out there and play, obviously whatnot, but that belief that he's had.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But I could tell where it comes from. He's Balkan, but then his family immigrated to Sweden. And then classic Swedes are, blonde, blue eyes kind of stuff. This Balkan guy come in. It was hard. Humble beginnings. That sort of instilled that. And Balkans are very known for priding themselves.
Yeah.
But you got to believe that, right? Which is where that belief came in. And that's why when he got asked this question, he's like, yeah, I achieved my full potential and I know it. And I was like, that is the level of content I want to target.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And it shook me.
No, absolutely. I mean, for myself, I just feel like because I've gotten hurt a few times in my career, it's like, man, if I didn't, I could have done more. But I feel like I gave it all I've got.
Yeah.
And I don't think for me, I feel like I'm so much bigger than football. So have I reached my full potential? I say no because I got so much more past
your second
football.
peak's coming, yeah.
That second peak, exactly. So that's how I look at that. It's like, man, football is just one thing, but I got so much more in me.
Okay, so I should have asked, did you achieve your full potential in football? Nah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
One of the things you said in one of your interviews previously is like, you don't trust anyone. Why?
Because I trust myself. It takes a lot for me to trust because, You know, people can tell you anything. I got to see it to believe it. And, you know, you've been told so many times that you're good at this, you're good at that, and you'll be on one team, and then it's like business is business, but then they'll let go of you. So I feel like because I've had such a turnaround every single year, it's like, man, I got to see it to believe it. Like it takes a lot for me to trust, especially when it came to sports and football. Mm-hmm. Like I just knew that like I'm gonna trust what I believe in, and if somebody truly believes in me, like that's where I build that trust. So, I mean, I'm doing better at trusting people now.
But why is there an incident that caused you to think this way?
No.
Huh.
There's not. Well,
breakups maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think maybe because like just at the time in 2018 when I got hurt, I felt like I was on my own, and I feel like I didn't have, other than family, I had family support, but like at the time I wanted to get stuff done. I was the situation that I was in, I was trying to get out of, and my agent at the time just wasn't as supportive as I thought he was gonna be, and it was just a weird situation. I just had so much time to think, and I'm like, man, just screw everybody, man. I'm just about to just do whatever I think is best for me.
Interesting.
You know, I don't want to put my trust in other people to get something done. I'm gonna do it on my own.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where it started, to be honest. But I feel like I'm doing better at trusting people, but at the same time, just like, all right, show me.
Yeah, I like that because I think that way as well. And so Socrates, he used to be a Greek philosopher in Athens, like a long time ago. He says that when people criticize you or say some stuff against you and whatnot, a lot of people just take it at face value and they're like, oh my God, what's he said, what she said, right? Rather than actually understanding their underlying belief system of where that comes from. They don't judge that. They just take it at face value. Oh my God, he said this. He criticized me for not doing a good job hosting this podcast.
Yeah.
He says that I'm not built out for this. Then what's the logic behind that comment? Is it jealousy? Okay, that would make sense. That's different. Is it actual criticism? Like, dude, this is actually like with all due respect, this is not one of your strengths. That's why I'm saying it. I'll see. Yeah, sure. Fair enough.
Exactly.
I'll think about it. Right? But if it's jealousy and I understand that it's coming because of jealousy, next.
Yep.
White noise. But understanding that not everyone understands that. Hadn't I read that book, great book, by the way. It's called The Consolations of Philosophy by Alain de Botton. I'm reading it now, actually, and this is pretty fresh off my head. Just that thinking of, why is he criticizing me? Why is she criticizing me? Why are they criticizing me? Where's that coming from, though? I want the source. Give me the source. Well, you have to understand it. Once you understand where the source of the criticism is coming from, or positive feedback, is it just like, oh my God, yeah, you're doing well, versus, dude, you really killed it because X, Y, Z.
Yeah, it's got to be genuine.
Yeah, but I think in trust, though, I've started, whenever people say some stuff, when I resigned, when this comes out, I'd have resigned. A lot of people are like, oh my God, so good on you for doing your own thing. But in my head, I'm like, I know you're thinking I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
You're thinking, what on earth are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Right? Why are you leaving such a good job, stable job, and whatnot to pursue your dreams? Yeah, chances are you're not gonna make it. Versus I've had people are like, dude, this is your calling, and I know where these people come from.
Those are the people. Those are
you can
that
tell
trust.
the difference.
Exactly.
But that requires a decent amount of understanding, experience, and self-awareness.
Yeah.
Which most people lack.
For sure. And I feel like when you do stuff like that, and even for myself being done with football, like the circle gets tighter. You know, when that door closes, like you don't play football anymore. Now, people don't look at you the same because you're not like that big football player, just a regular person now. So like the resources sometimes for some people can kind of get smaller and smaller.
Yes.
So for yourself, you know, now that you close that door at work, people are like, oh, he's dumb. And there's only a few people that you can actually trust that actually support what you're doing.
Yep.
Right? So it's interesting how how that works, and when it comes to trust, because when I said that I'm learning how to trust is because my circle's just becoming a little bit tighter. And I know that those people that are truly supporting me, those are people I can trust.
Yeah.
But when I was playing football, there was just so many moving parts. So many people wanted to be involved. So many people were telling you all these good things because you were there. But now, like, you're not posting football pictures anymore, so you might lose some fans and lose some followers. And it's like, oh yeah, he's not doing that anymore. Not that he's a nobody, but it's just like, it's different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Have you had people who sort of don't speak to you anymore just because you're done? Or you've seen people that retract themselves a bit, or be like, "Oh, it's not the same Tevaun. Like, he doesn't play anymore." So,
I never really thought of that. I do know that, like, there are, whether it's like other players that are still playing or maybe not actually. I don't know. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, anybody that I do talk to, I feel like it's reciprocated. Like, when it comes to energy.
Yeah.
And I know who to talk to and not to talk to. Like, I go with what I know, who I built relationships with, and yeah.
Interesting. I've got the segment now, which is the signature decoding wisdom segment. It's just a list of 5 questions, which is more like just to understand, because I want to get data on how guests answer these questions.
Okay.
To understand a pattern, should there be. But it'll take a few episodes to actually get that. The first question is, what's a truth football kept trying to teach you that you ignored until later?
A truth that football
kept trying to teach you?
kept trying to teach me?
Yep. That you ignored until today, I guess. Or whenever you realize that.
Man, I would say that I always walked into football knowing that there was going to be an end, but it's not until you're done you realize, like, man, this game will eat you up and chew you out, like, and spit you right back out at any time, any moment. Like, a lot of guys don't necessarily understand that. So when football's done, or when sport is done, it's kind of like, bro, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. Like, the game still goes on with or without you. And I would say, I guess it does kind of hit harder now when you're done, because you're just like, I'm watching NFL seasons coming up. I'm watching all the CFL games, like, some friends that are playing, and it's like, now you're sitting on the couch. And the game still goes on with or without you. So I would say, like, now, I guess that to answer that question, like, what has the game taught me that I'm learning now is, like, the game keeps going even when you're done.
Yeah. Damn, that's deep. Because I think I'm also realizing once a professional player or an athlete finishes, you either thrive after that or you just go down.
Yeah.
And there's no, like, I don't think you continue that same. It's either way.
It's either way. And I've seen it plenty of times. Like, once I was talking to a couple friends the other night, and talked about guys that we played with that aren't doing well right now mentally, just because they're lost.
Yeah.
They're struggling.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do, or they've gotten too many hits to the head, and now, they got CTE, or they're going through some mental issues. Actually, yeah, it's a serious thing.
Jeez.
There's only 2 ways to go.
Yeah. Wow. So, a brick wall moment. What almost made you quit, and what rebuilt you?
What almost made me quit? I would say the year I got hurt in 2018. I didn't know if my knee was going to heal, and what built me was my faith. Just knowing that, man, I just got to attack every single day like it's my last, because if I don't try now, I'm never going to. So I took pride in just waking up every day and just being consistent. Even now, like, although like, you know, you're in business and you're just like, man, this thing is taking forever, or like, I'm taking a huge risk right now. Like, I'm doing a podcast. I quit my job.
Yep.
And now it's like,
Yeah.
Let's go. Like, I have to do it. Right.
Yeah.
So I would say just that right there, man. Just literally just like that that moment where it's like, man, like,
It's do or die. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, like, I have to trust in God. I have to trust in myself and bet on myself that it's gonna work. So I'd say at that point in time where, you know, where my knee wasn't healing, and I'm like, bro, this is not working. Like, this is tough. This is hard.
Yeah.
But, you know, it took me about a week to kind of realize, like, I had a call with a friend, and he was like, bro, like, you got it. Like, just keep going. And like, at that part in time, I really was lost.
Yeah.
I was. Until I was like, yo, I'm glad it was only a week.
Yep.
But that wall hit hard.
Oh,
right?
No. I know.
So I was like, yo, we got to go now.
Yeah.
And just trust God, and he'll deliver. With
God, though, like, one of the biggest things, people ask for blessings, and then when they're at the lowest is when they become the most religious.
Yeah.
My parents taught me, my mom taught me this. She's like, always have stable emotions and like a good relationship with God.
Yeah.
But don't ask God for things. Ask God for you to be wise enough to notice opportunities. That's what you want. Because think about this. If you want to be courageous, you want to ask a girl out, you want a girlfriend. This is something I'm thinking about now, I guess. Live is, if you want a girlfriend, do you think God's going to give you a girl straight out of just falls from the sky, or would God give you the opportunity to go and ask someone out?
Yeah.
Right? Different. So what does that mean? I got to be wise enough to understand that opportunity.
Yeah.
Rather than, I'm just going to get it.
Exactly.
So once my mom told me that, I was like, holy cow. And then my relationship with God just changed.
Yeah.
God's my best friend. God's got my best interests. Just keep me wise enough, man. That's all I ask. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. I'm going to make dumb mistakes.
Yeah.
Just bear with me.
Yeah.
But keep me wise.
Exactly. Good and bad. You still got to,
you
know, appreciate what you have and appreciate what God has blessed you.
Yeah. Every day is a blessing, man.
Yeah. Because it could be worse, man. Like, I have a journal that I write in, and it asks, like, when you wake up in the morning, there's a passage. It changes every day. And then it says, what are 3 things you're grateful for? So for myself, like, it could be, man, just waking up this morning, you know, having food on the table.
Yeah.
You know, my car, I have a car.
Yeah.
You know, just like those little things that you don't necessarily think about, you appreciate what God has blessed you with now. Because, like, you always have a thing, like, compared to what? Like, there's somebody that hasn't got a meal today. There's somebody that doesn't even have transportation. There's somebody that doesn't have a family, just by themselves. Mom and dad passed away.
Yeah.
Somebody, a woman that maybe can never have kids but wants a family. So you always have to, like, think about, like, compared to what? I always think about, like, my bad days. I'm like, well, compared to who and compared to what? Right?
My bad days are the golden days of someone else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Huh. What's a piece of wisdom from maybe a coach, faith, or teammate that's changed your perspective forever?
Honestly, what I just said.
Okay.
One of my coaches always said, push, pray until something happens. And going back to what I said before, is just like really having, like, that belief that you're doing, you are where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because if you start looking around and comparing to other people, you're just going to put yourself in a hole. So for myself, like, to answer that question is what I said, because that's what he would always say, compared to who and compared to what, literally.
I love that.
That's where I got that from. Like, and that was from high school.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, all the things that, like, I've been through since high school career, new coach, this, that, whatever. It's like I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still on a team. I'm still strong, fast. I can still play football.
Yeah.
I may not be healthy now, but I will be healthy later.
Yeah.
Compared to what? Compared to who?
Huh. It's got me thinking. What a way to ground yourself. I love that.
Yeah.
The last one is, it's a future self-test kind of thing.
Okay.
What would the most aligned version of Tevaun never tolerate now?
Never tolerate?
Never tolerate now.
Honestly, I mean, I've always been like this, but just being told no. Right?
You can't tolerate that?
No, like
Oh.
being able to not to appreciate those no's. Like I don't
I got you.
I don't care if you say no to me. I'm just gonna move on to the next, and especially am I answering the question right? Like when people, I've been told no all my life, whether if I was good enough. Like there's so many teams, right? But it's only, all it takes is one. All it takes, you can talk to all the girls you want. All it takes is one girl to love you. All it takes is one friend to appreciate you. As long as you have one, you're fine. You know, I don't need 10 friends. I don't need 150 friends. I just need a few that trust me, love me, and appreciate me. So for me, like, it's really about, you know, my aligned self is like, if you say no, I'm moving on to the next. If somebody doesn't like me, I'll say I'll move on to the next. If somebody doesn't appreciate what I do, I'm moving on to the next, because I don't really want to tolerate somebody that's just, oh, I don't know. It's either you know or you don't. It's black or white. So that's what I would say about that one.
I like that. It's like Jeff Bezos, right? Like the typical business analogy, like fail 999 times, but you only got to be right once. Sorry, Mark Cuban said that. He's like, you only got to be right once.
Right. And I'm not gonna let that bother me. I don't tolerate, like I'm not gonna be down on myself or somebody.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't like that idea. Nah, okay, shoot, you don't like this, somebody else will like it. Especially now, like, I guess technically I'm in my field. Technically, I'm in sales.
Yeah.
Right. So it's all a numbers game.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to, or even with anything, like if you reach out to one person and that one person says no, like that's all you got. But if you reach out to 100 people, imagine how many yeses you'll get from 100 compared to 50 or compared to 1,000.
It's a numbers game.
So it's all a numbers game, right? So it's like, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep moving.
Yeah, love it. Well, that's where the game ends. The lights have gone off, and we've seen the real Tevaun Smith.
Oh yeah.
So man, I appreciate you coming on the show. It's been amazing.
I appreciate it. I've had a good time, man.
Yeah.
A lot of questions that I don't necessarily think about. That's why I like these conversations.
Yeah, I'm a deep guy, man.
They get deep.
They get deep, intense. I love it, and I love your story. I think what you've done, and it's so amazing to see an athlete. You did 8 years pro, right? And you're still thriving. I think that's fair play. That's good stuff. That's amazing.
I appreciate that. You too, man. You're doing you played a great amount of years, you know, with your sport, and you've learned so many lessons along the way. And now look at you. You're here in this place taking a shot and just like betting on yourself. And I feel like a lot of us need to do that so much more, because you don't want to look back and think like, man, I should have. Like you said, right? You don't want to have any regrets. So it's the perfect time. It's always the best time is always now.
The best time is always now. I appreciate you saying that. And for any listeners, if you're just even thinking about it and you know in your gut, take a calculated decision, but now's the time. But Tevaun Smith, man, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, you. Awesome job for getting to the end of the show. It really means the world when people actually get to the end of an episode, because there's so much to learn, right? And I hope you have. If you have, chuck it in the comments below what you've learned, what you found interesting, controversial. You know, love to engage with the audience. And if you are listening to this on Spotify, feel free to drop us a 5-star rating, because, you know, at the end of the day, that's what's going to drive traction for us. But, you know, if you don't, that's okay. No problem. And if you're on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. There you go. Keeping it raw and authentic here right now. Do all of that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next episode.